The Texas Longhorns turnaround season has come to an end. The 7th seed in the Midwest falling to 2-seed Michigan 79-65 in the round of 32. Our Longhorns insider Ted Emrich checking in with us now. Ted, Texas kind of looked lost in the first half. They did make a second half run, but just didn't seem to be able to recover. What about this game had you most scratching your head?
I think I'm with you, Bonnie. I saw you tweet it during the game. Why didn't Texas take advantage of its perceived edge inside with Cam Ridley, the big man who was so instrumental in that win in the round of 64 against Arizona State, had the double-double. He had only 5 shot attempts in this game against Michigan, 6 points. Texas had that advantage inside. They outboarded Michigan by 11, 21 offensive rebounds. And Jonathan Holmes, Texas forward, said after the game, hey, we passed up throwing it into Cam too much. He's a force. We have to throw it into him more. Problem is, this is how Texas plays, Bonnie. Rick Barnes encourages his guards to shoot it, and they did. And they basically shot themselves out of the game. Felix, as well as Isaiah Taylor, combining for 32 attempts, and they weren't efficient.
Thought for sure they were going to take advantage of that 6'9" center, but not to be. All right, time for some perspective here. Rick Barnes, of course, suffering his only losing season in Austin last year. This year, though, a nice turnaround, 24-11. And when you think about it, no seniors, no real superstars. So what do you think the future looks like for this team?
It should be bright, Bonnie. Is this a major success this year? Well, maybe if you line it up against previous seasons when the bar was lowered at Texas. But really, this was about overachieving. Now, can this team handle expectations? Like you say, everybody returning. Ridley, his next step, according to Barnes, is to dominate. Well, Texas has to feed him in the post for him to dominate. Can Isaiah Taylor and Javon Felix take the next step? Martez Walker was really good down the stretch. He lifted Texas back into the game in the second half. What can he do as a sophomore? So, yeah, the pieces are in place. They were picked 8th out of 10 teams in the Big 12 this year, finished 3rd, and now they'll probably be ranked in the preseason. How can they handle everybody talking about them going into the year this time around?
All right, in 10 seconds or less, there are 3 remaining Big 12 teams in the tournament: Kansas, Iowa State, and Baylor. Who goes the furthest?
I'll take Kansas, Bonnie, if Joel Embiid returns. And, of course, they have to get by Stanford first. I would have liked Iowa State, but I don't like them as much without George Niang.
Embiid returning is a pretty big if. Our Texas insider Ted Emrich, kind enough to join us. Ted, always great to see you. Thank you.
Same here, Bonnie. Thanks.
Plenty more inside the tournament on Campus Insiders. And, of course, we're going to have our preview of the upcoming games. Be sure to check back early and often.